Warriors, Bluestars Prophecy, Prologue, and Allegiances. ThunderClan, Pine Star, Red Brown Tom with green eyes. Deputy, Sunfall, Bright Ginger Tom with yellow eyes. Medicine Cat, Goose Feather, Speckled Gray Tom with pale blue eyes, whose apprentice is Feather Whisker. Warriors, Toms and She-Cats without kits. Stone Pelt, Gray Tom. Stormtail, Blue-Gray Tom with blue eyes. Adderfang, Mottled Brown Tabby Tom with yellow eyes. Tawny Spots, Light Gray Tabby Tom with amber eyes. Sparrow Pelt, Big Dark Brown Tabby Tom with yellow eyes. Small Ear, Gray Tom with very small ears and amber eyes, whose apprentice is White Paw. Thrush Pelt, Sandy Gray Tom with white flash on his chest and green eyes. Robin Wing, Small energetic brown she-cat with ginger patch on her chest and amber eyes. Fuzzy Pelt, Black Tom with fur that stands on end and yellow eyes. Windflight, Gray Tabby Tom with pale green eyes, whose apprentice is Dapplepaw. Speckletail, Pale Tabby She-Cat with amber eyes. Apprentices, more than 6 moons old and training to become warriors. Feather Whisker, Pale Silvery Tom with bright amber eyes. Long whiskers, sweeping plummy tail, apprentice to the Medicine Cat. Dapplepaw, Tortoiseshell She-Cat with beautiful dappled coat. White Paw, Pale Green She-Cat, blind in one eye. Queens, Tabby and White Swift Breed. Queens, She-Cats expecting or nursing kits. Tabby and Swift Breeze, Tabby and White She-Cat with yellow eyes. Mother of Leopard Kit, Black She-Cat with green eyes. And Patch Kit, Black and White Tom with amber eyes. Moonflower, Silver Gray She-Cat with pale yellow eyes. Mother of Blue Kit, Gray She-Cat with blue eyes. And Snow Kit, White She-Cat with blue eyes. Poppy Dog, long-haired, dark red She-Cat with a bushy tail and amber eyes. Elders, former warriors and queens, now retired. Weed Whisker, Pale Orange Tom with yellow eyes. Bumblefoot, Brown Tom, slightly clumsy with amber eyes. Lark Song, Tortoiseshell She-Cat with pale green eyes. Shadow Clan, Cedar Star, leader, Cedar Star, very dark gray Tom with a white belly. Deputy, Stovetooth, Gray Tabby Tom with long teeth. Medicine Cat, Sage Whisker, White She-Cat with long whiskers. Warriors, Ragged Pelt, large dark brown Tabby Tom. Foxhunter, Bright Ginger Tom. Crowtail, Black Tabby She-Cat, whose apprentice is Cloudpaw. Brackenfoot, Pale Ginger Tom with dark ginger legs. Arch Eye, Gray Tabby Tom with black stripes and thick stripe over eye. Hollyflower, dark gray and white she-cat. Queens, Featherstorm, brown tabby she-cat. Pool cloud, gray and white she-cat. Elders, little bird, small ginger tabby she-cat. Lizard fan, light brown tabby tom with one hooked tooth. Wind clam, leader, heather star, pinkish gray she-cat with blue eyes. Deputy, reed feather, light brown tabby tom. Mason cat, hawk heart, mottled dark brown tom with yellow eyes. Warriors, dawn stripe, pale gold tabby with creamy stripes, whose apprentice is tall paw. Red claw, dark ginger tom, whose apprentice is shrew paw. Elders, whiteberry, small pure white tom. River clam, leader, hailstar. Deputy, shellheart, medicine cat, brambleberry. Oh, leader, hailstar, thick pelted gray tom. Deputy, shellheart, dappled gray tom. Medicine cat, brambleberry, pretty white she-cat with black spotted fur and blue eyes. Warriors, rippleclaw, black and silver tabby tom. Timber fur, brown tom. Owl fur, brown and white tom. Auto splash, white and pale ginger she-cat. Queens, lily stem, pale gray queen, mother to cricket kit and oak. Fallen tail, light brown queen, mother to gray kit and willow tail. Elders, trout claw, gray tabby tom. Prologue. Bluestars skidded to a halt at the top of the slope. The stench of dogs hit her throat. Below, the ferns shook as dark shapes swarmed through the desert. Fireheart's orange pelt flashed like flames with greenery. He was keeping a good distance between himself and the pack, but the lead dog was breaking away and closing fast on the Thunderclan nephew. No, not that one. You cannot use him as prey. Bluestar flung herself down the slope. Gulping air, muscles burning, she leaped through the trees, her paws skidding on the leafy forest floor. She hurtled through a swath of ferns, running blind as the leaves whipped her face. The gorge was close by. She could hear the river crashing beneath the sheer gray walls. Would Fireheart really be able to lure the dog pack over the edge? What if the pack's leader caught in ferns? She erupted through the bracken and scrabbled to a stop in a clearing at the edge of the cliff. Leaves sprayed into the chasm as her paws slipped and slid. Oh, Starclad, no. Fireheart was dangling from the glistening jaws of a huge dog. The ThunderClan deputy struggled, spitting with fury. The dog shook him, its eyes shining with triumph. But its clumsy paws were skittering dangerously close to the edge of the gorge. I will not let you destroy my clan, Bluestar roared. She flung herself at Firestar's tormentor, slamming headfirst into its flank. The dog dropped Fireheart and spun around in surprise. Bluestar crouched and unsheathed her claws. Blood roared in her ears, but she felt no fear. She had not felt this alive for moons. She lashed out at the dog's muzzle, but her claws raked empty air. The dog was sliding away from her. The ground beneath its hind legs was crumbling. Shards of stone showered down as the steep face of the gorge as the dog's paws scrabbled to get a grip. But its blood claws were slithering on the leaf-strewn forest floor, and its haunches dragged its hind legs backwards over the cliff. The pack thundered closer. Bluestar, Fireheart warned, but Bluestar didn't take her eyes off from the pack leader. She was lost in its panicked gaze as the dogs began to crash through the bracken behind her. The pack was upon them. Bluestar dug her claws into the soft earth as the air suddenly soared with fear. The lunging dogs had seen the gorge, and their howls turned to yelps as they skidded at its edge. Bluestar held her ground as a desperate yowl echoed down the chasm. The first dog had fallen. Its body thumped against the cliff, and there was a moment of quiet before she heard it splash into the roaring water below. Bluestar narrowed her eyes, still fixed on the pack leader. You should never have threatened Thunderclad, she hissed. Suddenly the dog stretched its head up forward and grasped her foreleg in its jaw. She felt the ground slide beneath her as the dog dragged her with it over the edge. Wind roared around her, blasting her pelt as she fell. The river swirled and foamed below. She scrabbled desperately against the cold, wet air and struggled free of the dog just a moment before she hit the water. The freezing river knocked the breath from her body. Blind, she struggled against the current, fighting her way toward air. Her heart gripped by panic, Goose Feather's prophecy burned in her mind. Water will destroy you. Her thick fur, heavy with water, dragged her down. The river tumbled all around her. She didn't know which way was up. Her lungs screamed for air. Terror scorched through her. She was going to drown, there in the foaming waters of the gorge. Don't give up! A meow sounded closer and familiar through the roar of the water. Oakheart? The father of her kids was murmuring in her ears. It's like running through the forest. Let your paws do the work. Raise her chin. Let the water carry you up. His voice seemed to lift her, calming her panic, and she found that her paws were churning steadily through the water. Her heart, tight with pain, slowed as she strained to raise her chin, until at last the wind whipped her face. Coughing and gagging, she snatched a gulp of air. That's the way, Oakheart whispered in her ear. His voice sounded so gentle, so welcoming. Perhaps she just let the river sweep her away into the softness of his fur. Bluestar, swim! Head for the bank. Bluestar's mew was sharp now. Our kids are waiting. Our kids! The thought of them hit her like a lightning bolt. You can't leave them without saying goodbye. Energy surged through Bluestar, and she began to fight once more. A dark shape buffeted her, knocking her underwater again. But she struggled to the surface, spluttering as water filled her mouth and caught in her throat. The rolling body of a dog passed her and was swept downstream. If a dog can't fight this current, how can I? The treetops blurred overhead as the river swirled her along. You can do it, Oakhart urged. Bluestar churned at the water, but her exhausted legs felt like sodden leaves, flailing uselessly. Suddenly, teeth grasped her scarf. Was Oakhart going to drag her to safety? Bluestar blinked the water from her eyes long enough to glimpse orange fur. Fireheart! The ThunderClan deputy had gotten hold of her. Keep your head up, he growled through clenched jaws. Bluestar tried to help him, but her pelt was heavy, and her paws were too tired to fight the weight of the water. Fireheart's teeth tore at her scruff as water dragged her down. Another body brushed hers. One of the dogs? More teeth bit into her scruff. Paws clenched at her, heaving her upward. She felt strong, gentle movement of cats around her. Was StarClan carrying her into its hunting grounds? Barely conscious, she let herself be dragged through the water until pebbles scraped her flank and she felt solid earth beneath her. Paws and teeth heaved her up the gritty shore and laid her on soft grass. Her chest felt as if it were packed with stones, making each breath a struggle. Her eyes stung, too filled with water to see. Bluestar? She recognized the mew of Mistyfoot. What about Stonefur? Is he here too? We're both here. Paw pressed against her flank. Oakhart had been right. Their kits had been waiting for her. Bluestar fought to open her eyes. She could just make out the shape of Stonefur. His wide shoulders were silhouetted against the green canopy of trees. So much like his father. Mistyfoot stood beside him, her sodden pelt clinging to her frame. Bluestar felt breath on her cheek. Is she okay? Came the voice of her daughter. Fireheart was leaning in. Bluestar, it's Fireheart. You're all right now. You're safe. Bluestar hardly heard him. She was gazing at her kits. You saved me, she murmured. Shh, don't try to talk, Mistyfoot urged. But there's so much to say. Bluestar stretched her muzzle forward. I want to tell you something. I want to ask you to forgive me for sending you away. As she coughed, water bubbled at her lips, but she forced herself to keep going. Oakhart promised me Greypool would be a good mother to you. She was. Stonefur meowed flatly. Bluestar flinched. I owe her so much. She wished she had more breath to explain. Oakhart, too, fermenting you so well. Why hadn't she found a way to tell them this before? I watched you as you grew up. And I saw how much you had to give to the clan who adopted you. If I had made a different choice, you would have given all your strength to ThunderClan. She shuddered, struggling for air. Forgive me. She stared at her kits, and time seemed to halt as she watched Mistyfoot and Stonefur exchange an uncertain glance. Please forgive me. She suffered a lot of pain for her choice. Fireheart pleaded for her. Please forgive her. Stop it. Forgiveness would mean nothing if it had to be dragged from them. She willed Fireheart to hold his tongue. Mistyfoot bent her head and licked Bluestar's cheek. We forgive you, Bluestar. We forgive you, Stonefor echoed. Bluestar closed her eyes as her two kits began to lap at her drenched pelt. It was the first time she had shared tongues with them since the snowy day she had left them with Oakheart. There is no more need to cling to her last life. Fireheart would kindle a new flame and blaze through the forest in her place. ThunderClan was safe. She closed her eyes and gave way to dizzying blackness.